Hey, Mr. Stan 913 here. We're taking a ride on the tram car in Wildwood, New Jersey. So it stops at a lot of the piers. Again, we were here the other night with no power outage, and now the power is back. See, that's the great white roller coaster right there. You see the car going around right now. The tram car was introduced in the World's Fair, and Wildwood has kept it going. And it's gotten expensive through the years, but it's still a great way of transportation if you want to get from one end of the boardwalk in Wildwood to the other end. And on the side here is all the boardwalk shops. On this side is all the ride piers. We're hitting the first pier right now. And this is brand new. They redid the entrance of the Adventure Pier. It's almost like container boxes. They redone the Coors and the Game Center. This is a cool pier if you want to hit soccer balls, shoot basketball hoops. There's another tram car going by right now. And it stops at every pier so you can get off and go on the rides. And the famous Curly Fries is right here. So now we're moving on to the next pier. The next pier has the Sea Serpent, and the giant Ferris wheel, and one of two water parks that you can do during the day. You can go from one pier to the other and try both water parks out for one price. Here's some more shops right here. And we're almost down here to the other pier again. If you look really close, the Sea Serpent's ready to go down. There they go, they're going up. So we're coming on to the next pier, and I highly recommend on Maury's Pier here, this pier. It's now called Founders, but the pizza here is really good. And inside off to the right, there's a Mexican place that's really good here too. We love the Mexican place. But this is Founders right here. They renamed it this year. And again, there's another Curly's Fries. But the Mexican place is right inside, right in there. We love the Mexican place. This is a great pier. Now we're moving on to the next pier, but Mariners Arcade is another place that's really cool. They got really cool games in there. My son's really good at the games in there. Now we're going to head to the next pier. There's a lot of nice places here, like these hot spots are really good to eat. And these boards are all new. We're coming up on the new boards that they created. They installed in the last 2 years. They're doing a refurbishment of the boards. But again, this is July down in Wildwood, New Jersey. I hope you're enjoying this. And right here, this pavilion is for Douglas Fudge, and Douglas Fudge is one of the oldest fudge places here in Wildwood. Really good fudge, really good candy. And here comes Douglas right here on our left. Famous Douglas Fudge. This is probably the longest stretch between the piers. So here you have the open beach right here, and there's the Atlantic Ocean. And there's also Dunkin' Donuts on the boardwalk. There is a few Dunkin' Donuts too. And for you dog lovers, they do have a dog pen down here, so you can bring your dog down at like a little dog park And there's some obstacles they can run through. It's right below there. You can see the fire hydrant. This is the dog park right here. And we're coming up on the next pier. This is where they have the Great Nor'eastern. Your feet dangle on this roller coaster. And there's also the Zoom Flume, which is one of the oldest log flumes here in Wildwood. I remember being in high school years ago, and the Zoom Flume first debuted. Look at the people's happy faces here in Wildwood, enjoying their summer vacation. Great to have them all back after the electrical outage. We haven't tried this, but we heard that this Pape's Tacos is really good too. So a good place to eat is Pape's Tacos right here. Coming up here on our right is another old pier. This used to be Hunt's Pier. If you look it up in Wildwood, the history of Wildwood, this was a pier called Hunt's Pier that was probably one of the best piers that they ever had here in Wildwood, in my opinion. They had the Flyer, they had the Jungle Cruise ride, and they had the famous Golden Nugget Minecore ride, which is now up in Knoebels Park in Pennsylvania. They bought the tracks and everything, and they rebuilt it to make it a coal mining ride, but they used the original tracks and built the cars again for that up in Knoebels in Pennsylvania. So now we're coming up on the next pier, which is another one of Maury's Pier, and right here is Gateway 26, a great gaming place. But again, there's Curly Fries again, there's the Kong ride, the Great Nor'eastern, and one of the second water park. This is one of the coolest water parks too. They got the racers right there off to the side where you go down the slide and you race. This is where the new pier, the new boards end, and they're going to start working on the next set of boards this coming fall. So this is probably, they stop here again at any pier, all the piers, but there's Kong right in the background. That's a great ride to go on. When I was a kid years ago, they had a Kong ride right over here, and it was biplanes that went around Kong. Really cool. And he held the girl in his hand instead of the train car that you see today. So there's the other side of the pier right here. Now coming up here on the right used to be Sportland Pier when I was a kid. And they had a lot of rides on this pier as well, Sportland Pier. Now it's go-karts. Right here, this is a new pier. It's a Seaport Pier, and this is a swim club that you have to be membership for. But the inside that building there is a huge bar, food, and they have live bands back behind there, off outside the building. They have a stage. This is probably like 3 years old. So right back there, if you look, the stage is right behind in the back there. So then after this is mostly beach. And again, always on your left-hand side, on this coming, is the stores and the places to eat, pizza places. So we're taking this all the way to the end, and we're going to walk all the way back to the very beginning of the pier. But again, here's at the very end, you got Adams Cocktail Restaurant, and this hotel, Adams, is open all year long. They got an inside water park in that hotel. You'll see it as we come up here. It's on our left. Here's Adams here. the inside water park. And this is the very end of the pier. Coming up here, and they have a good breakfast and dinner in this place too. Our local Fox 29 is always in there. First thing in the morning, showing live from Wildwood. Again, here's the end of the pier. So this is the very end of the pier, and then the tram car will turn back around. So again, this is Mr. Stan 913. We took a ride on the tram car from one end to the boardwalk to the other end. The famous train car. So if this is your first time watching, welcome. And please don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like to receive future notifications, hit the bell. If you like our video, give it a thumbs up. This is Mr. Stan 913. Thanks for watching. Beautiful, beautiful summer night in Wildwood, New Jersey. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.